Coming up on today's show, I got a great sign for the Kansas City Chiefs on tight end Travis Kelce ahead of this Sunday's AFC Championship Game against the Buffalo Bills. We'll tell you what that is and more coming up in just a matter of moments. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Before we go any further in today's show, all week long, we are battling our brand new Bills channel, Bills Breakdown, in a sub-battle this week. We don't want to just beat the Bills on the football field, but we want to beat them off the football field as well and send some good vibes to the Chiefs' direction, show why Chiefs Kingdom is a much better fan base than Bills Mafia. And we're already off to a good start to this sub-battle this week with 120 new subscribers. Bills Breakdown at about 65. Let's keep it up, keep the momentum going our direction. Sub for Chiefs Dubs. We're going to be live for the Chiefs-Bills game coming up this Sunday, in addition to our daily news and rumors, live shows every week, Q&A mailbags, breaking news, and more. It's all right here on your one-stop shop for all things Kansas City Chiefs. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Playoff Trav, that's what they call him these days. We're going to explain why Sunday's game against Buffalo could be a big one for Travis Kelce. And I got to tell you, when you look at what Trav has done over the postseason in the last several years, he has been nothing short of spectacular. And we have every reason to think that that trend is going to continue against Buffalo here. This will be the fourth meeting for the Chiefs against the Bills in the postseason since 2020. The Chiefs are 3-0 in their previous meetings against Buffalo in that stretch. They have lost some regular season games, including this year to Buffalo, but Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and company have not lost to Buffalo in the postseason. And Travis Kelce has been a big reason why the Chiefs have had their postseason success, particularly against the Buffalo Bills, as in every playoff game against Buffalo, Kelce has hauled in at least 75 receiving yards and a touchdown score. Let's go by the numbers, take you through what has happened over the years for Travis Kelce against Buffalo. In the 2021 playoff game, Kelce went off with 13 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdown scores. Then a year later, in 2022, Kelce had another big game with 8 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown score. And, of course, that was the infamous divisional round overtime game where Kelce had the game-winning touchdown to seal the deal to clinch the spot in the AFC Championship game where the Chiefs would go on to lose to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then last year, when the Chiefs traveled to Buffalo in the divisional round to take on the Bills, Kelce had another solid day with 5 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown. We've shown you a lot of numbers here to convey a simple message. Travis Kelce has been the Bills' daddy in all 3 playoff games. And based on history and then what we've seen lately with the breakout performance he had against the Houston Texans, more on that later, I have every reason to think that Travis Kelce is going to shine once again and have a big day on a big stage against this Buffalo Bills team and go off. Do you agree with me? Do you think Travis Kelce is going to dominate against the Buffalo Bills? Weigh in our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Type B for believe, D for don't. Chime in the comments section below and let us know. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Public Rec. I got to tell you, I am wearing a brand new hoodie that I just got literally this week from Public Rec. And not only does this thing look fantastic, it is extremely comfortable as well. I love this, and I am such a big fan. I love Public Rec, and you're going to love Public Rec too, folks. Let's be real, guys. Wearing uncomfortable clothes just isn't worth it anymore. Why settle for stiff, resisting fabric when you can have something that looks sharp and feels as comfy as your favorite sweats? This year, make the switch to Public Rec, where comfort rules. Public Rec isn't just about pants, it's about making sure you stay comfortable no matter what your day throws at you. They have so many great style options that are perfect for just hanging around the house, drinking beers on the golf course, or even when you need to impress the boss in the office. Whatever pants you choose, you'll be blown away by how comfortable they are. For a limited time, our listeners get 20% off your entire order with code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. That's 20% off when you use promo code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. Public Rec not only has the most comfortable pants ever made, but they have a huge selection of high-quality, everyday premium styles. You can revamp your entire wardrobe with their perfect-fitting polos, shorts, and hoodies. Make your New Year's resolution a comfortable one. No more pants that pinch, tug, or annoy. For a limited time, you can get 20% off at Public Rec by using code CHAT20 at checkout. Just head to publicrec.com and use code CHAT20, and you're all set. Oh, and when they ask how you found them, be sure to mention our show. It really helps us out. Find your perfect fit and never compromise on comfort again. Public Rec, where comfort rules. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. All right, back to Travis Kelce. Let's put this into historical context of how good Kelce has been in the postseason over the years. Kelce has totaled up 2,020 career postseason receiving yards. That's second all-time behind Jerry Rice, who has 2,245 postseason receiving yards. And he's impressed his quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, as well. Mahomes saying this: it's just the greats, man. They step up in the playoffs, and he's done that. It's playoff Trav. He's a leader, man. This is what he lives for, is playing in these moments, having the chance to make big-time plays. And we mentioned the Jerry Rice statistic, folks. Well, he's chasing history in some pretty good company there with Jerry Rice. Not only the yardage total, but the touchdown total as well. Listen to this. Kelce and Rice are the only players in NFL history with at least 20 touchdown receptions in the playoffs. Kelce has 20. Rice has 22. 3 more. He could get that this postseason in the next 2 games potentially. He can become the NFL's all-time receiving touchdowns leader. Andy Reid was singing his praises this week. He called Kelce the greatest tight end that has ever been. And I could not agree more. A lot of people will argue Gronk, and I would say Kelce had the longevity advantage compared to Gronk. Gronk threw in the towel early. You look at Tony G. Tony G was fantastic, but Kelce has done what Tony G has done and then some, and also has been so good in the postseason, something that we rarely saw from Tony G. He wasn't in the postseason too often there. Think about this. With Travis Kelce, after having a down year in the regular season, there's no secret about that. We're just being honest here. He had a down year in the regular season. He's getting older. You know, age kind of catches up with him. We get it. It's fine. Playoff Trav has arrived again, and he's turned it on in the postseason. And the rest of the NFL, the Bills, and then whoever the Chiefs face in the Super Bowl, assuming they win, whether that's the Commanders or the Eagles, they should be on notice. Because this was the Travis Kelce we saw in the regular season in 2024. The numbers that he put together, it was a solid year by all accounts. A lot of tight ends would gladly have taken the year that Travis Kelce had with 97 catches, 823 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a bad year, but it wasn't a year to Kelce's standard. And then playoff Trav woke up last week against Houston. 7 total catches, 117 yards, 16.7 average, and 1 touchdown. And here's something to keep in mind as well. If you were watching that game last week, what did we see throughout the day? Through 4 quarters of football, the Houston Texans just kept leaving Travis Kelce wide open. And then the very next day, when the Baltimore Ravens faced the Buffalo Bills, one of the reasons the Ravens still had a chance to win that game despite losing the turnover margin 3-0 was that the Bills secondary was leaving the Ravens receivers open all day long. If they're going to do that to Travis Kelce and let Patrick Mahomes pick you apart like that, then the Bills are going to pay the ultimate sacrifice. Last year, I think, for the Kansas City Chiefs with Travis Kelce was the blueprint. All right? He went through the season, and it wasn't his best year. He sat Week 18, and then when he came back for the playoffs, he was a whole different Travis Kelce. Then you look at what's happened here in 2024 through 2025 this season. Kelce sat out 25 days. His last game was the Christmas Day game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then he just went off in that Houston game. He was well rested. We saw the results last year with what he did, even after the down year he had. What did he do in the postseason? He was able to haul in 32 catches, 355 yards, over 11 yards of reception, and 3 touchdowns. He had just as many touchdowns in the postseason last year as he did in the regular season this year. And bottom line is this. When it comes to these big games, is there anyone out there that really wants to doubt Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce? The most talented quarterback in the history of the game, Patrick Mahomes, and the greatest tight end in the history of the game in Travis Kelce. I'm not going to be the guy that doubts them. I certainly am not going to be that guy. And I hope that you are not that guy either, because time and time again, these guys have come through. And based on history and also what we've seen as of late, I have every reason to think they are going to do so once again. Before we go, let's show some love to Playoff Trav. Spam 87 in the comments section. Show some love to Travis Kelce. Can't wait to see what he does this week in the AFC Championship game. Would love to see him go off again, and I'm pretty confident he will. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report for the latest happenings on your favorite team. Certainly excited for this watch party coming up on Sunday. We will see you then.